ERC kids and families, it's Mrs. Laura here. I'm so happy you're joining us today. I have the materials for today ready behind us, so let's get started. Okay, the materials you'll need for this bird feeder craft is string and scissors to cut it. You will need liquid glue. For the sake of time, I'm going to be using a hot glue gun, but I would prefer for you to use just liquid glue, but not a glue stick. It has to be liquid glue, or if you have wood glue, that will work too. And then of course you'll need popsicle sticks. I'm going to be using the larger ones just for the sake of time, but I did want to show you that if you only have these popsicle sticks, these are totally fine to use. These are actually a little bit sturdier. It comes a little bit smaller, but you still do the same process, same height of the feeder, and you'll be just fine. So you can use these. And if you want to color them with markers or crayons, then you can make it more personal. Okay, let's continue with ours. So I have the sticks organized into how I'm going to use them. So you'll need a base. For mine, it's going to be 7, and I'll show you why. So you'll need, the base. So for this one right here, the base is all of the bottom. Mine's 7, so I need that. And then I'll need 4 sticks for each layer, and we're doing 6 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are all groups of 4. So I would organize your sticks into groups of 4, and you need 6 groups of 4. This is the pattern I'm going to be using, but if you're just using regular sticks, make sure you get those ready. I'm going to move these to the side, and then you'll need 1 stick for the perch. This is where the birds are going to stand when they're eating from your bird feeder. Okay, so start with your base. Go ahead and lay them flat. Now, no matter what size popsicle stick you're using, you will need to make sure that your base is as many sticks tall as the length of a stick. So let me show you. If I only had 5 sticks, it would be too small, because you see how there's nothing holding underneath here. So that's why I put 7, because it fills up the whole height of the stick. So you're gonna take your first group of 4. So here's my first group of 4. I'm gonna have them ready. And to start, we need to put glue on both sides, not up at the top. It has to be along the sides here where the sticks end. If you put it here, this will have nothing to hold on to. So I'm gonna take my glue and just put some glue all along this side, and I'm gonna add my stick like this, and I'm gonna do the other side as well. So those are the first 2 that we need to add on. Now we're gonna add our next 2 of this group at the top and at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna add here, here, and each corner. So across at the top and across at the bottom. So this is our base. Now we're just gonna continue building on like that. 2 like this, 2 like this, 2 like this, 2 like this, until we're done with all of our groups. Now before we move on to our next group, we need to add our perch. So we're just gonna put some glue kind of in the middle of this stick here. It has to be the one that's on the bottom. Do not put it on the one that's at the top, because the rest of your sticks will not lay correctly. So it has to be on this one. Put glue in the middle, and then glue on the edge of this one. And we're gonna put it a little more than halfway out so they have something to stand on. Okay. And now we're just gonna continue building up. So again, two like this, and then two like this. So we're gonna start on this side. Now the next side. Okay, so that's our first set of, or first two. Now we have two more in this layer. Okay, so that's our second layer. Our first one was our base. Now we just finished our second one. Let's move on to our third one. I'm gonna take my next set of 4 and start gluing the corners. So my first two have to go like this. And then my next two are gonna go like that. Okay, now before we do our last layer, we are going to cut our string. So I'm going to take a string and I'm going to cut it, and I need 4 of the same size. Okay, once you have 4 strings, you're going to tie the one end in a knot. So you're gonna hold the top end, make a loop, and pull these through, and pull tight. And then we're just gonna go to the very end and trim this so that they're all the same size. So I'm just gonna cut it anywhere. And you might have to adjust it based on where you're gonna hang it. Okay, so we're just gonna keep this here. We're gonna do our first 2 sticks like we have been of the layer. Remember, this is our last layer. And before we put on the last 2 sticks, we're going to put our string on. So we're going to separate 2 of them, and we're going to add them to the glue. So I'm gonna put glue like I have been, and now I'm gonna put the end of the string there and there. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same with the other side. So I'm gonna put glue. I'm gonna add this string, just the corner. Okay, I'm gonna just add my string all in the middle so that it stays. And now we need to add our final 2 sticks. So I'm gonna add more glue and add my final stick. And do the same on this side. Over the string, make sure it gets stuck there, and add my last popsicle stick. Okay guys, let's go hang this outside. Okay friends, I'm here outside. I have my bird seed. I'm gonna add it into the feeder. Now we're gonna take the string and I'm gonna hang it on this hook that I have in my garden right here. Make sure it's straight. You can hang it on a tree. You can hang it on a hook or anywhere that it can hang. Okay? All right, kiddos, thanks for joining us this week for Kids Craft Wednesday. Make sure to post pictures, tag us in it so we can get you guys a raffle ticket. And I want to see what birds are coming to you guys. All right, see you next week. Bye.